Today we're going to make a very simple, very delicious, nutritious, really economical Mexican bean salad. At least once every summer, it's time to clear out that cabinet of all those special cans of beans that you bought along the way. I very rarely eat anything out of a can or a box, but beans are so simple. Why not? This recipe couldn't be easier. There's no cooking involved. And it lasts all week in the fridge. It's delicious. There is some washing and rinsing involved. So first things first, if you like cilantro, and I do, if you're making anything Mexican, you have to have cilantro. So you want to first rinse and wash and dry that cilantro before we chop it. I like to use a salad spinner to get this started because cilantro, as you probably know, can be very sandy. So it's a good idea to just relax those leaves with your fingers and submerge them into a nice ice cold bath. I always leave the fascinator on because it's just easier to deal with them. So once they are rinsed, toss them into your spinner and give it a good couple of spins to get rid of all that water. The easiest way to get those leaves off is to just run your knife along your bunch and then go back and take out the big stems. For 3 cans of beans, you're really going to want maybe about 1/4 cup of cilantro, depending on how much you like. I like a little extra, but because cleaning cilantro can be tedious, I do it all at once and then just leave it in the fridge. Some people just cut up the stems and don't worry about that, but I like to just use the leaves. Once those stems are gone, we're going to set this aside and let it air dry while we rinse our beans. I'm going to do 1 can of black beans, 1 can of red kidney beans, and a can of white cannelloni beans. And just give them a good toss and make sure they're as dry as you can get them. We'll toss all of those into the same big bowl. Give them a toss to brighten up those flavors and give a little something fresh to the salad. I am going to core and stem at least 2 peppers in a really pretty color. I love the yellow and I love the orange. Slice them and dice them and keep them nice and small so that nothing is as big as any of the beans. If 2 peppers seems like a lot to you, use 2 halves of 2 different colors of peppers, and then you can just reserve the rest for another use. I'll probably, saute these up with some onions and sausage or eggs or something. Add the peppers to your beans. Those beautiful colors. Who could resist? I'm adding 1 10-ounce can of frozen sweet kernel corn, because I like it sweet. And we're going to chop a red onion. I cook all the time with yellow onions and with sweet Vidalia onions, but nothing beats a sweet, pungent red onion for a salad. Add those to the bowl and give it a toss. Best way to chop your cilantro is to gather it up in a little ball and feed it through a knife using your back of your fingers as a guide so that you don't have any opportunity to slice off a finger. Of course, this happens to be the best way to chop parsley as well. I'm going to add, I'm going to say a handful. If this doesn't look like a beautiful summer salad, I don't know what does. Now, I probably would not have liked this as a kid. I wasn't a fan of beans, but as an adult, I have a new acquired taste. They are nutritious, they are delicious, and unlike salad that you dress and don't eat, this does not wilt. It actually gets better every day. Okay, let's talk about the dressing. I like to obviously pre-measure my ingredients because it just makes it so much easier in the end. This is a 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, 1/2 tablespoon of cumin, about 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder,
salt and pepper to taste, but you want at least, I'd say a tablespoon of each, and then a couple of dashes of some hot sauce. Final ingredient, we're going to add a couple of chopped garlic cloves. Put some wet paper towel underneath your bowl so that you can whisk without it moving all over, and whisk in a half a cup of olive oil. When you whisk, it helps the emulsifying, and it's a better way to incorporate, to add the olive oil last. We'll pour our dressing right on top of that salad and stir it up. Oh my God, this looks and smells so good. This will make a bean lover out of non-bean lovers. I promise. Let's give this delicious treat a taste. That is so tasty already. Put it in an airtight container in the fridge, chill it well, have it for lunch, have it with dinner, have it as a side dish, have it as a snack. It's so good. Try it. That's what Michael would do.